Hi there. Today is February 15th, 2022. And here is our unboxing of new books from Kindle Direct Publishing for today. Now, there are only really two books that I'm going to unbox. The first is hardcover, which is amazing because uh, Amazon does not charge you a penny to create a hardcover edition of your book. So this is the hardcover edition of God's Favorite Prayers, which I published in 2011 in paperback through CreateSpace. Now, it is absolutely gorgeous. It is perfectly printed and margins are great. However, the proof copy, this is why you have to get proofs. The proof copy was not perfect. And I figured it out after some analysis that on this page, page 18, the font, for some reason, from 2011 to 2022, the font was different. And there were several extra lines that were added on page 18. And as a result, the whole book was thrown off, so that we find on page 71 a blank page, and instead of having the next chapter starting on an odd page as it should, the next chapter, the scribe's prayer, starts on an even page. And the whole book was essentially thrown off because 3 lines were added on page 18 because of the font size differential from 2011 to 2022. I have to say, the finished product is great, and the only little teeny criticism I have is that the back cover is a little too close to the edge. There are some blurbs from people that I kept. I had 4 or 5 blurbs, but I only kept 2, and they're nice blurbs, of course, but they are really very close to the edge, as you can see here. Now, as far as the construction of the book as a truly, quality hardcover book, it really is nice. It feels good. I think the proof copy, that was no good, and the author's copies are costing me like $7. I don't remember what I'm pricing them at on Amazon website. It's a lot more than $7, but you gotta be like amazed at the technology that they're offering you, and Amazon is losing up front a fortune on this. Now I did get the real paperback, not the proof, the real paperback of the Book of Jewish Day of Atonement Prayers in English, the Yom Kippur Machzor. And this book is just gorgeous. Back cover, very nice, nicely constructed from the Amazon website app. And the interior of the book, just using the Amazon materials that you can add to Word to format your book, you get absolutely perfectly formatted pages, flush right, flush left, very good interior margins. The whole book, it just looks absolutely incredible. As you may know, if you're listening to this video and you know Jewish liturgy, 335 pages just for the English edition of the prayer book for Yom Kippur, and that's really squeezing. I remember sitting in synagogue and really being very, very anxious to see when the page announcement was 1,000 or more for the Yom Kippur page, for the Machzor, for the prayer book, for the Day of Atonement. It's a very long service. I am particularly proud of how this looks. Some of the piyutim, some of the poetic liturgy, I left spaced out. Some of it I compressed. I changed all the archaisms to more modern usages. I added what I think is a wonderful foreword about prayer, and in particular in this foreword I added the materials about the Kol Nidre that I have been so proud of over the past few years. The compassionate, mindful visualization of prayer, the Kol Nidre prayer. And that is how I see it. It's it really is a prayer that's legalistic, that allows you to release your vows. But what you're really doing is you're releasing your personal vows and having compassion upon yourself for all of the failures that we human beings go through during the year. And you really must take a day, an evening, a morning, a whole day to let your compassion flow over you and say, hey, I'm a human being. This is the best that I can do. And I'll try to do better next year. Please excuse and forgive all of the horrible, terrible things that I did over the past year. I really didn't intend them. I have to have compassion on myself. I ask you to have compassion on me, whether you're speaking to God or you're speaking to the people in your community. This is what Yom Kippur is about, and this is what the Kol Nidre really enunciates at the outset of the service. And so I have a little essay that I condensed and put in the foreword of this book, and a 335-page book is a lot of prayers, a lot of poetry, a lot of what they call piyut. It's just, if I have to say I have a favorite amongst the prayer books, the Yom Kippur Machzor, the prayer book for the Day of Atonement, is truly the pinnacle of Jewish prayer. So, that's my unboxing for the day, and have a good February.